Is everybody? It's a morning coffee. Finally, I'm ready to make a video about solar eclipse. And I'm very happy to see you here. I hope you're doing well. The lunar eclipse video is already on my channel. Please check it out. And this video will be about solar eclipse, which has lots of challenges, I would say. So on October 2nd, 2024, there is a solar partial eclipse in Libra, in the 10th degree of Libra. It means that people who have 10th degree of Libra in their birth charts will be affected the most. It's also valid for people who has ascendant or moon sign in Libra. This eclipse is very complex, significant, and contradictory. Well, it is last eclipse of 2024 and the final one in Libra within the current Cyrus cycle that we experience. So next year it will be a shift in the karmic nodes, and about that I will create a different video. So the nodes this year were on Aries Libra, and it was the balance between action, passion, and war, and balance, passion, and the balance in the world. And now when we have lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is all about forgiveness, about sacrifice, it will be a big shift. So Libras will have a significant change during this year, and the programs that will be triggered this time will last 18 years or half cycle 9 years. So what this solar partial eclipse will bring? What does this eclipse mean to the world and to each zodiac sign? We will discuss everything right now. What you have to know that everything that happens in Libra usually happens in 2 dimensions, connected to 2 main themes. First one is the relationships in various forms, and the second one is equilibrium of balance. And when I speak about the relationship, I mean the relationship with your lovers, parents, children, other people, any types of communication, any types of relationship, and business partnership, as well as open enemies. You will notice that some of your friends are not friends anymore, or just path brings you apart and there is no future together. That's why lots of things will be closing, but lots of things will be opening. This is the time when you can make the decisions based on your experiences and on your inner feels. Many people will have a desire to develop, to increase their living conditions and be ready to do something for it. So if, for example, many people didn't know what to do before, in this corridor of eclipses, you might be visited by inspiration and ideas, useful information, people, the right people in the right moment, in the right place. Everything comes towards you if you formed your dreams, if you formed your goals. It will be much harder for those people who has no idea which talents they have, what are they in this life, which status they want to have, which goals they want to reach. It's like the vehicle or the vessel, the ship without sense of direction or sense of destination. For those people, it will be very hard because it will be the next cycle of tangling in their own unclear visions. So do you know what Libra symbolizes? It symbolizes harmony, beauty, aesthetics, and diplomacy. However, you have to keep in mind that now Black Moon, which is called Lilith, is in Libra, which brings distortions, illusions, temptations, and big karmic mistakes. Unnecessary things that are triggered, especially if in your transit chart you have tense aspects between Lilith, bad planets, tense aspects or bad planets in your house 8, you have to be extra cautious. And if something inside of you pushes you to jump with a parachute or do extreme sport, but you have bad aspects in your house of crisis, house 8, please don't do it. Especially it's house 8 and house 12. House 12 is house of isolation and hospitals. If you don't want a long-term problem, just lay low. All this energy that pushes you to do something unreasonable, please control it. Be be mindful. For people who have Aquarius, for example, the cold mind control in Ascendant, it's easier, but for some people who are driven by passion all the time, it will be very hard to control your feelings. But you have to keep in mind that right now it's not the time to do crazy things. It will not go well, especially on the solar eclipse. Some people might have this inner feeling that they do everything in order to achieve the harmony, the balance. But in reality, they will be deepening in imbalancing their life. I can compare it to some addictions when people relax and unwind after work with a glass of wine, but then one glass of wine turns into a bottle turns into 10 bottles, and now it looks like alcoholism. But inside, person will think that, oh, I just need to unwind, I just need to relax because it's such a stressful life for me. No, just please keep in mind, this is the effect of Black Moon Lilith, eclipse of the mind, that you don't see clearly what is happening, like you're blinded by the lights. In this case, the knowledge can save you efforts, health, and your liver. Another thing that I would like to mention, that this eclipse occurs in conjunction with South Node. It's a node of past, node of karma. And this conjunction has South Node, Black Moon Lilith, and Mercury. Mercury is not retrograde, but in this case, it does not matter. A solar eclipse is usually conjunct of Sun and Moon. But when it happens near the karmic node plus Black Moon, that gives illusions, distortions, and errors and mistakes, plus Mercury, that symbolizes communication, commerce, relocation, it stirred up the whole social accumulated karma and can bring conflicts into the society between the relatives and even within your own soul. So let's examine other significant aspects of this nasty eclipse. We are currently under the influence that is called bisextile between influential planets Uranus retrograde, Neptune retrograde, and Pluto retrograde. We also have Saturn retrograde. But the aspect between those three, but Saturn is on the other side, so this bisextile is only between those three retrograde planets. This aspect is crucial for evolution of our world and our society in general. It symbolizes the birth of new spirit, of new era, and this is a long-term aspect. So the birth of this new spirit of this era we will only see in 2027. We are witnessing right now the maturity of the world. The ideology of our world is changing and shifting. Lots of truths are coming to the surface. Lots of lies are exposed. And people have shifts in their beliefs, because if some events that we've believed didn't happen in the history as we were told, how to live with that? What does it mean? There will be lots of trust issues, as well as Uranus retrograde setting up, helping the social platform to prepare for social revolution, especially when Uranus will enter Gemini, the socializing and communicative sign. Another very important aspect that we see from July 2024 to July 2025 is the systematic aspect, tension aspect between Jupiter and Saturn retrograde right now. This aspect governs structures of the world. The square, the 90 degrees aspect, which is a confrontation, the opposition angle between Jupiter and Saturn, will be active entire year. Of course, in each person's life it will mean different things, but in general it will mean in the conflict between our ambitions and the reality, what we want to achieve as people, and the reality, what we are seeing. And the good thing that there are opportunities in this situation as well, because society will start thinking more about how to protect itself, how to go against the flow, where the powerful people of this world trying just to push people in certain direction. So people as the whole will have the strength and knowledge to push back. This is a very interesting time when, if you are aligned right now with your purpose, with your path, with your birth chart purpose, that also have pluses and minuses, and you will be proactive, the circumstances and fate will help you to reach your goals if they are aligned with your purpose. But if you have unrealistic goals, if you have too much illusions, this is when the pink glasses will be taken from your eyes and you will see the true colors of the world. It might be very painful. That's why for many people, this is the time of crisis. Some individuals are more responsible than the others, and it doesn't mean that I'm speaking about zodiac. I'm speaking about types of personality right now. So for people who are less responsible, for example, if you have lots of unpaid bills, but you decide to book a flight to Italy and shop in Milano, it's irresponsible and it contradicts your reality. So if you try to push for and stretch for the style of life that you don't live by your means, you will be hit very hard. So instead of doing some unrealistic things, delusional things, it's better to focus right now on structure, because Saturn likes structure and order. And if you will start doing things in order by planning, by especially about your finances, you will be blessed, because Jupiter gives opportunities and gives you opportunities to close that debt, or you will have such a successful online business that all your debts will be closed really fast. Do not try to find shortcuts. So the influence of this aspect, Saturn and Jupiter, is a force that balances our ambitions and reality. The eclipse on October 2nd is a significant event, and its conjunction with Black Moon Lilith offers symbolic insight about our future. This is the time when many hidden issues in our life and in the world will surface, and lots of unresolved issues and lots of mysteries and questions that were not answered before, they will be answered and they will be very obvious. According to some calendars, this day marks the beginning of the Great Judgment, making it a powerful symbol. And it's a bad time for Israel and its leadership. I will not go into details, but who is in the know, they know what I mean. For each of us, this eclipse brings the energy of revelation and clarification. You might already have some dreams or nightmares that trigger your PTSD. So basically, it stirs up all the problems and traumas that we had in our life, brings it to the surface, so we will take care of it once and forever. And those wounds and traumas can be healed right now, and they must be healed. Otherwise, it will be the next cycle of karmic lessons in order for us to take care of those problems. For those people who have a hard time to let go, that would be the interesting moment, because the lunar eclipse in Pisces will start the 2-year process where we will be placed in the position that our old life is gone. We have to say goodbye to it. We have to say goodbye to many things that don't serve us any longer and start having a new life. Be grateful and look forward. This will benefit our spiritual development as well. If you have any addictions or bad habits, this is the time you will face them very closely, and it will be the time to let them go, to say goodbye to them, and maybe you will discover why you have them at the first place. So by eliminating the triggers, you will eliminate your bad habits, bad problems as well. So let's remember that still the axis of the karmic nodes are Aries, Libra, and Aries symbolize independence and personal power. It's like that seed inside of us that has lots of power to become a big tree. And this solar eclipse is the reminder that we must rely on ourselves, on our own talents and our own power. So if we don't have one, we need to develop, because actually everybody has their willpower. It's just if it trained or not. People who suffered a lot in their lives, they have much stronger willpower, and different ascetic practices, they develop a very strong, powerful mind that can actually control and change, manifest their reality. The corridor of eclipses is the time to make ourselves stronger and more confident. This applies to all areas of our lives: relationship, partnership, and connections with other people. Fear, remember, it's a downward vertex that will not serve us any good. And the grateful mindset will elevate our spirit, and when you manifest something on paper, which is earth element, you seal the algorithms, and it's a wonderful exercise for those people who would like to manifest better reality. Some people will have drive to change their style or something about themselves, because Libra also symbolizes the beauty, how we look, taste, and this period, because it conjuncts with Black Lilith moon, will have bad influence on taste. So the things that you will do to yourself, or people will do to you in a salon, or things that you will buy, will not bring you that much joy. The taste of style will be distorted. So it's better to refrain from purchasing luxury items or buying something significant. So this time requires careful attention to every decision and action. Also, it's important not to rush to conclusions or take hasty actions. Remember, the Black Moon Lilith urges us towards impulse decisions, making us feel that we must act immediately or risk missing out. But this is a trap. Do not fall for it. It's a wonderful time for con artists or fraud people, because others, they will be more perceptive to the lies and manipulation. It's also a good time for people who are great salespeople, who work with impulse buyers really fast. You will have lots of sales because people will be manipulated easily. The problem is that after this period settles down, those clients, they will come back to you and they will be problems. They will be dissatisfaction for no reason, or it will be refunds. It will be conflicts and problems. So my recommendation is to balance your sales pitches or purchases, because if you do not want to have bad consequences, it's better sometimes not to even participate or sell things. About promises, vows, it's not a good time to trust promises. Even if you do them, you think that you will do them no problem, but it would be hard to maintain what you promised. Whether it's your own or others, do not trust promises. The promises that are made during this time are worthless. Agreements now will make very quickly, but they will lose their relevance. Circumstances will change, and something that seems reliable today may turn up to be just an illusion. Also, it's very important not to expect that someone will resolve your problems. Even if they do, the solution might be not in your favor, or it will be unexpected change of events and you will be not happy. It's crucial to prioritize your own opinions, your own interests, and do not conform to the others' expectations, especially if they're not aligned with your desires. You have to stay true to yourself. Don't be manipulated. Don't be forced to do something, because if you let other people to do what they want, your subconsciousness will take a big payment. Psychosomatic diseases that will surprise you a lot and will distract you from reaching your goals. So in order not to pay with your health, stay true to yourself. Now, let's discuss this eclipse, how it will impact the fate of each zodiac sign. And you can check the timestamps for each zodiac sign under the description in this video. And we will start with Aries. So dear Aries, this eclipse touches your 7th astrological house of your horoscope, which governs partnership, relationship, and other people, as well as open enemies. So during this time, any agreements and commitments may be full of illusions, not as they appear at first glance. Do not trust people's promises. Do not get married. Do not give and do not receive the promises. This influence will affect your personal relationships, whether it's romantic partners or your colleagues at work. It might be connected to your friends too, so some of the friends might fall out, but you will see what this eclipse will bring to you. This period can be compared as to a fair where you see the mirrors which are distorted and you see and your partner see different things, but it's not real things. It's not the real picture. Same as two people are standing opposite each other with the drawn 6 on the ground, and for one person it's 6, for another person it's 9. And when they look from their perspective, they are both right, but it can release conflicts and problems which you do not need right now. Those algorithms will be set for long-term hate and long-term problems. Love triangles. Any love affairs, any love triangles, drama will be revealed and the actions will be needed. So if you will try to hide something, or someone for you will try to hide something from you, it will be revealed and it will have big consequences. Don't cheat on your loved ones or even yourself, your interests. Just in general, avoid resolving issues in your partnership and relationship this time, because it's already a tough time when the secrets will be revealed, potentially triggering those old PTSDs and old wounds and traumas from your previous life, from your previous experiences. But also keep in mind that truth also might be distorted, not as we think we know all the answers. If you're planning to buy any equipment for your child or any transportation as well for yourself or your children, it's like a mobile phone, laptop, computer, bicycle. It's better to postpone those purchases even 2 weeks after the eclipse, because items that are bought during this period could break or turn out to be defective or lost or stolen really fast. So do not spend money on big things, just postpone it until later. Another thing is that you might feel that your partners are manipulating you, pulling you into situations that you hadn't intended to engage in. These manipulations could be very emotional and push on your sense of duty. If you hear some noise, I apologize. It's another train passing by. In your personal life, karmic events may unfold, and it's very important for you to keep your passion inside and to switch on the cold mind and cold approach, and not to become fully immersed into situation, remembering that there are other things that will require your attention quite soon, and there are more important things that other people try to manipulate you in. The main message of this eclipse for you, dear Aries friend, is to protect your relationships, protect your marriage, get rid of the relationship that do not serve you any longer, protect yourself within these relationships. If it's developing, if it's bringing you harmony in your life, it's definitely worth to fight for. But if it's not, if it drains you emotionally, that you become just a snack for some emotional vampire, it's time to go out and meet your true self, see the world. You will be very successful doing that. Next zodiac is Taurus. Dear Taurus, this solar eclipse happens in your 6th house, that is responsible for your daily routines, your health, pets, additional responsibility, and of course, work. Here we also have all the habits, things that you're doing every day. First, expect changes in your work schedule, working conditions, and maybe within your team. If you are self-employed, maybe you will relocate your business, or maybe something happens and then you will need to change your approach to your business, or when you do it, how you do it. Expect some delays. It's very likely, if you have health issues, it's very likely that diagnosis will be wrong. So please do not make fast decisions. Be careful, because some doctors will just want to take advantage on you or to milk you for more money. 6th, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th opinion. Do not make fast decisions unless it's an emergency. I'm not speaking about emergency situations. The best thing is to avoid any extreme sports during this time, because when you have solar eclipse in the house of your health, especially with bad aspects with Lilith and Black Moon, it's problems. So when you receive blood results or any tests be ready that there will be mistakes, or maybe your name will be confused, or maybe it will be test results of somebody else under your name. So don't panic and just be cautious. Know that this is just influence of the solar eclipse. Definitely many Tauruses will start thinking about their health, their habits, what to get rid of, and it's a good thing to let it go, get rid of the bad habits, lose weight, but do not overwork, especially on the cardio machines, everything connected with cardiovascular system and heart. The influence of Black Moon Lilith might make you overly fixated on one certain thing, might make you being obsessed about certain things that don't have any value actually. Try to avoid excessive stress and try to avoid also falling into a trap of perfectionism, which if you're already trapped in it and it's your lifestyle, good luck, because lots of unsatisfaction will come your way. You will not be happy in general by other people. You will want to do everything yourself, but the more responsibilities you take on your shoulders, the more stressed out you become, and it doesn't benefit anybody. So here you need to step back to see how you can delegate responsibilities to somebody else and how you can just micromanage. Since this eclipse is connected to the South Karmic node, karma, past accumulated karma, it symbolizes the need to release what burdens you. It can be routine tasks at your work. It can be little things that take so much of your energy and life. Just remember, Black Moon Lilith has this effect of delusions, dissatisfaction, mistakes. Other people will lose their mind. It can stir up the tension at work, jealousy, envy. So work-related relationship will be very tough. Please use diplomacy. Maybe you will also discover some things that you didn't see before, like mysteries will be revealed. For example, you might see that nanny of your children doesn't perform the duties as expected, or somebody else at your work, like your personal assistant, stealing something from you. When those things will be revealed, you have to keep in mind that this is the fact of the solar eclipse, and you have to be grateful for the energy that universe brings to you in order for you to become more successful, healthier, and happier person. Also pay attention to your pets. Their health might decline during this time, and the diagnosis for them also can be complicated or mysterious, and usually after 2 weeks you will see the improvement in their well-being. To navigate this period successfully, dear Taurus friend, focus on key aspects, and they are order, routines, and self-discipline. And I know that stability and discipline is also one of the part of your values for individuals with sun, moon, or ascendant in the earth element. If you feel that you're losing your mind or losing the ground under your feet, go into a nature alone, hug some trees, put your feet in the water, sit on the stones closer to the nature, because your element will bring you energy, will clean up your systems, will clean up your chakras. Meditate, find time for yourself. It's crucial for you to be more productive in future. You know better which nature elements brings you relief and energy. Please take care of yourself. Your element will help you to maintain your own balance. Next zodiac, Gemini, air sign. For Gemini, this eclipse will be in the house of luck, love without responsibilities, children, personal business, entertainment, everything that brings joy into your life. And this eclipse is very tricky. Nevertheless, it has a favorable aspect for you. It's called trine, so it's an aspect of luck that opening up opportunities for you. You'll feel that you have a drive to stand out. You will feel courageous to make name for yourself, to have better reputation, to open up the new business. You will have this sense of confidence and success, and you will get popularity. The thing is, which popularity you will be getting, it's totally up to you. You will have the urge to break free from the routines and you will be given the fresh ideas how to become more successful in your life. You might see that your abilities, talents, they propel to a next level, elevating your status as well. Some artistic and creative individuals will get inspiration and muse in order to create their best masterpiece. However, the Black Moon Lilith may introduce some complications. Lilith brings fixation and focusing on only one idea. It's like an obsession, and it can be very painful. On one hand, you can be focusing on creating your masterpiece and it will be good. But on the other hand, if you fixate on a wrong idea or something of a destruction side for your life, it will not be good for you and for people who surround you. That's why avoid any intoxications. I can compare it to the situation when that girl from Australia participated in a breakdance Olympics, and she became very famous for not exactly what she's supposed to be doing. And I don't think anybody wants to be famous for something that they're bad at. Some people will be urged to risk it all, which is, it can be very dangerous. Almost when you play or you gamble, you put all your money on one number and anxiously you will be waiting for the result, and the result will not be what you are waiting for. That is the important lesson, because it's also with the south node of accumulated karma. When we all go in with a mindset winner takes it all, luck might not be on your side, especially right now. So in order to avoid disappointments, do not gamble. Do not gamble. You need to lower the stakes, reduce expectations, and make your moves more reasonable, make your life more reasonable, get rid of bad habits. Bring harmony and structure and beauty in your life. You will be very successful in any business connected with beauty industry and entertainment. Performances, they will be very successful because house 5 is the house of joy, performance, and in the language of art, you can win lots of hearts and minds of other people. Dear Gemini friends, this eclipse will also touch on matters related to your children, and by children, babies, I mean your personal business too. During this time, it's essential to pay extra attention to their needs and concerns while avoiding helicopter parenting. You might notice in yourself the tendency to over control, manipulate your children instead of providing them with the loving guidance. And if you will overdo, it will manifest in emotional distancing, and it will be very bad, because this solar eclipse will lay ground for algorithms and they will be long term in your relationships. So in order not to lose your kids, it's important to find the balance and middle ground to maintain that harmony and balance. Pay closer attention to what your child is expressing, as well as check which social circles they have. If you conceive a child during this time, or there is a birth of the child occurs during this period, you can be assured that this child will play a special role in your family lineage. They will be very special, they might have very special needs, and they might become a burden for the whole family. There is no middle here, unfortunately, or they will become saviors of the family. They will be the first who will achieve something in the family. And in order to do that, they will have to go through lots of difficulties. So the time between eclipses, when 4 planets are retrograde and when somebody comes into this world, they will have a special karma, and usually they will have to work out for accumulated family karma. So the eclipse also touches on the realm of feelings and emotions, which can affect our relationship in the family. Black Moon Lilith creates the empty focus, and often filled with fears, guilt, or unmet desires. For example, somebody had a nice relationship before, and now out of nowhere there is a baseless jealousy or envy between the partners or between the family members. The conflict? No, this is the fact of this solar eclipse with conjunction with the Black Moon Lilith and Mercury. It's important to understand that the spirit also brings opportunities for releasing from karmic patterns in your personal life. But in order to do that, you need to get rid of bad things and you need to go through cleansing and ascetic practices, promising yourself not to do certain things and not to do them. You may undergo a transformation in your relationships, letting go of old emotions that have been weighed you down. Do not put too much stress on your partners or on your families. You can do it alone, by yourself, in the nature, doing spiritual practices or doing yoga, meditation. There are so many things that you can do. If it's very hard for you, you can just go to the gym and participate in physical activity, and you will see that by doing good things for yourself, especially if you participate in charity or helping others who are in need, who cannot help themselves, you will see that increasing the good deeds for you, you're collecting good, as we call our karma, and the old family karmic tales and patterns and anchors that you had will be cut, and you will feel light and free. Another thing important to keep in mind, that if you're free and you're looking for love, if you meet somebody during this time and he or she will blow your mind away, you have to be extremely cautious. Most probably 99% is a karmic race, and it's a trap. These people are brought into your life to teach you another lesson or to test you if you received your lesson last time. Be extremely cautious, especially with love with no responsibilities. To avoid falling into traps of the Black Moon Lilith, it's wise to steer clear from any risks, gambling, and hustle. Be mindful of your decisions. You can trust your intuition 50-50, but you have to proceed with reasonable caution. I wish you to have wonderful 2 weeks of eclipses. Next zodiac is Cancer, a water sign. So for Cancers, this solar eclipse will be in your 4th astrological house of your horoscope, which affects themes related to your family, family roots, your house, apartment, home, land, and females in your family. During this time, you will face different issues and situations connected to the place of your residence or immigration, the country of your residence, official documents, and the affairs of your loved ones, your family. One of the main aspects of this eclipse will be interactions with your family and relatives. You might find yourself in the situation when your actions towards them could lead to regret in the future. If you're planning renovations or redecorating your home, be especially cautious because the Black Moon Lilith may distort your taste. The outcome might be not what you expected and that you wanted. Imagine to choose purple refrigerator for your new apartment, and when it will arrive, you will not like it. It's not a good thing to have, right? If you are hiring someone to work in your home or your apartment, be aware that results might not meet your expectations. It's a time to check the performing of work in order to avoid unpleasant surprises. Don't just give a key and tell them, do whatever you want, I trust you. It's the effect of eclipses. You have to check what they are doing because it will be some unpredicted situations in your home, at your work. Also, don't leave equipment around the house laying around. Something might happen. The dog or the bear or squirrel can come and chew on something and it will not be working. It's already start happening. The eclipses, those 2 weeks of corridor of eclipses, are turbulent time and they have 3-month epicenter. So some of us already felt it a big deal. So what else can be? Anything regarding your apartment, different unpredictable situations, or the circumstances of landlord might change and they sold the apartment or a house and you have to move out or you have to move in. You might have new roommates, you might need to relocate or put something in the locker, or something happens in the locker, you have to move in things. So regarding your living space, it will be something in the air. Maybe you relocated and it will be the time when you will have to apply for changing of your IDs, for example, the address, or you got married, you need to change your name, and you will be applying for the new documents, just be ready that there might be a delay. It's the algorithms and the effect of eclipses. Or on the other hand, if you applied for all of this quite a while before and it was a delay, it will be the time when you will receive your documents. Another side of this eclipse, that your relatives might engage you in their life more. Something might happen in their residence, so they will come and live with you, or they will make you part of their problems and issues. This is what family usually loves to do, isn't it? So you might prepare yourself mentally for home-related problems or different legal documentation issues, agreements about place of your living, changing in your immigration status, or maybe it will be the time when you will decide, okay, I want to relocate to a different country, and you will be given the information which country and how to participate in the process of relocating, changing the place of your living. Remember, when you change the place of your living, you change in your cosmodines, and cosmodines are the measurement units of your luck and harmony on each horoscope sign. That's why part of my services that I give to my clients, I calculate the harmony in each house. If you were unhappy in one place, if you relocate to a different city, you might change your cosmodines and harmony of that house to, for example, house of money in plus, and you will see that in the new place, you will make money effortlessly, much faster than before when your harmony was in minus. I tested this system on myself. It works all the time perfectly well. That's why I highly recommend everybody to test and see their astrodines or cosmodines when you relocate. And by relocation, I mean not just one street, but different city, different province, or even different country or continent. And by changing the continent, you're changing even the performance of your zodiac. So don't be surprised if your zodiac, sun zodiac, will step back and your ascendant will take the lead role in your horoscopes. If you're a landlord, your tenants might change, something might happen in their lives and they will have to move out or relocate. Additionally, you may encounter situations related to the payments or utility matters. If you are considering moving out or moving in, decisions big as that, buying property or selling property, or you are getting married, this eclipse in conjunction with South Karmic Node indicates a favorable time for these actions. It symbolizes the completion of your karmic cycle and the beginning of being in new place. You are very nicely aligned with the universal cycles and universe. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is this black moon Lilith that will distort things and brings you some hiccups. But don't be distracted, especially if you were warned. For many Cancers and for many people who have ascendants and moon sign in Cancer, your life will have a new chapter. Congratulations. Additionally, a distant relative might act in a way that triggers your judgment. Approach these situations with care, as they might not be as they first appear. I guess every family has somebody who triggers the whole family. Just pay attention to this person. If you haven't heard from him or her for a long time, this would be the time when they will reappear in your life. So during these eclipses, we might find that we have neglected lots of important matters related to our family, home, or documents, and we will have to make extra attention or extra efforts to restore the order and balance in our life. The fourth house is connected to ancestral karma. So this is the time when you might reflect on the influence of the family issues in your life. External circumstances might push you to make decisions, important life-changing decisions, and take actions in the realm of home or family, even if you don't feel an internal drive to do so. But if circumstances are pushing you somewhere, go there. You will not be disappointed. This is your path. And when we know that this is our karma, you will not go against the current. So I wish you to have those 2 weeks of wonderful experiences and different interesting insights. The next zodiac that we will talk about is Leo. For Leo, this eclipse occurs in your third astrological house and opens up opportunities for travel and learning, maybe back to school, both literally and metaphorically. This would be the time when you will have an opportunity to learn something that interests you. However, this eclipse is in conjunction with Black Moon Lilith that distorts things, and you have to be very cautious with your confidential information and not to become a victim of cyber criminals or fraud con artists. And Black Moon brings temptations, errors, so it's important to see what is really important and what is secondary. Protect your personal data I cannot highlight it enough, because the information that you disclose will be used against you. This is the aspect of this solar eclipse. You might be disappointed in people who you rely on. It can be your parents, it can be teachers, partners, and they might let you down. So don't make a big tragedy out of it. This is an influence of the solar eclipse. Don't be surprised if somebody is speaking about you behind your back, not the good things, or it will be gossip around you in your environment. Conflicts with neighbors and unclear relationship. This is the effect of this eclipse. People will try to manipulate you to do something that they want. You have to understand your goal and do not be aggressive. You just have to ignore those people. Ignorance of manipulation of others will be the best strategy in order to deal with manipulations, gossip, envy, and jealousy of others. So, dear Leo friends, this period might also bring changes in your environment. Maybe you will have a new neighbor, you will have new colleagues or new clients. It's an amazing time to have your personal business because you will be very busy with your business. You might feel stuck in certain level, but this eclipse open up lots of doors like tsunami, removing all the problems on your way, and you will see that even it is wet and muddy, in the sunshine it will look much better. This is the time when you will see the new path. Embrace these changes and explore the new opportunities that come your way. It might lead to unexpected turns and twists in your life, but they will be for better. Because house 3 is also house of transportation, logistic, and short trips, it's not a great time to buy a car. Also, 4 planets are retrograde. Keep in mind that big spendings are not good during this time. Collect information. You might change your opinion about very expensive things in the future. I wish you to have wonderful 2 weeks of eclipses, and I hope to see you in your October horoscope. Next zodiac sign is Virgo. For Virgo, eclipse happens in your financial house, second house of your horoscope. It's also the house that governs resources, self-esteem, your talents, and self-worth. Everything that we possess. It's also a house of voice, second house, voice chakra. And this is the time of inventory, re-evaluation of what you have, of your finances and your resources, as well as your talents. Your task will be to find any leaks in your finances and in your energy, because your energy leaks are connected this year with your financial resources. So this eclipse in your second house may bring changes in your financial situation. It can involve adjustments in your salary, social benefits, or your partner's income. It also may impact the expenses on housing or other budgetary expenses. For many people, it will mean starting a new job or the ending of social benefit period, or maybe maternity or paternity leave, or maybe on the opposite, it's going on maternity leave or paternity leave. If you had changes in your life in September, such as marriage or relocation, you will need, pardon my neighbors, you might need to open the new bank account or close an old one. Maybe you will be paying off the loan or mortgage. They might be the situation when you might face issues related to income elements or housing costs. It's crucial to monitor all your financial changes carefully and adjust to your plans. You must know what you have, what you obtain, and have everything in order. For example, your tax documentation. Some Virgos, they will want a spiritual development. So you might leave your job. You might decide to go and temporarily leave and rely on passive income or on the finances of your partner. It's a time of significant change in your financial sphere. Some individuals with Virgo as a zodiac sun sign or ascendant or a moon sign will notice the changes in the taxes or insurance policies. It is very crucial to close the leakages, unnecessary expenses, paying off debts, ending the financial support to others, or just canceling the services on TV that you never use, or changing the phone operator that you overpay or the services that you never use. You might discover that certain things are charged from your credit card without you being aware of it, and you easily can live without those extra services. The second house is also rules your values. What are the main things in your life? Please keep in mind that the conjunction with Black Moon Lilith will bring the distortion in your perception. So certain people in your life might seem too important, so their significance will be distorted. And when the influence of Black Moon will pass, you will see that you were wrong. That's why please control your emotions and try to balance the significance of your surrounding. This is also the time to reassess your self-worth. Ask yourself what you really rely on. Which resources do you have? What do you have in your possessions? Do you really need that? Or it's time to let go of certain things that you don't need anymore, that just drains your energy, drains your finances. Evaluate how you value yourself, how you value your time, your efforts. Maybe it's the time for a new career connected with your voice. Teacher, speaker, blogger, vlogger, singer, motivational speaker, healer. Avoid excessive trust into material matters and rely on the facts and financial documents than on promises and words of somebody else. I wish you to have a wonderful time of rebooting your personal self-worth and values. Next zodiac we will talk about is Libra. This eclipse is in your sign, in your first house, providing the unique opportunity for you to reshape your whole destiny. And the algorithms that's set by the sun is for the next 18 years or half cycle 9 years. This is the chance for you to transform your life, your role, and to reinvent yourself, awakening your uniqueness and charisma. You might have tendency to underestimate yourself, thinking that you have a little influence on others. Now it's time to recognize your value within your family, your work, your team, and as well as among your partners and your friends. So basically this eclipse is saying, allow yourself to be everything you can be. Be yourself and stop looking at others. Yes. If you feel down, or if you feel that your energy is lost, if you don't have energy, if you don't feel like your previous self, it's time for change, and it starts from yourself. You have to choose you in order to benefit out of all this astrological situation. Do not resist these changes. Instead, focus on identifying the new opportunities, which areas you can grow, what new things you can learn, how you want to change, what you want to change, how to achieve those things. From October 2nd to October 10th, you have time to balance and harmonize your relationships, whether it's your personal life, friendship, or your work life. If there are no major problems in your relationship life, this period might bring you positive outcome. If you have some problems already, those problems will be brought to a climax in order for you to close them, in order for you to bring positive closure to those issues. However, keep in mind that Black Moon Lilith affects others not in a good way. It brings distortions, delusions, obsessions. That's why be very patient. So the relationship might feel very strained, and this period might bring the end of the relationship, And if you end the relationship right now, it's for better. It's meant to be for you to transform into better self. The more you are content with yourself and your situation, the better your relationship with other will be. Also, you might have an urge to change your hair, to change your body, to go for plastic surgery. Do not be fast at doing such things. Collect information, because 4 planets are retrograde. Of course, Venus is not retrograde, and usually we do not do any plastic surgeries when Venus is retrograde. But again, we have other 4 planets which are responsible for long-term algorithms, and they are retrograde. My recommendation, do not do any operations, especially regarding beauty and transformation of your body, unless it's just the gym membership, and this would be blessed by universe. Anything intrusive, anything hard, aggressive towards your body will not bring you the result that you wanted, especially during the eclipse period. Keep this in mind. Do not cut your hair dramatically. Do not change the color dramatically. After a month, you will not like it anymore. This is the effect of the Moon Lilith. Hello. I wish you to have a wonderful reboot and wonderful beginning of your transformations. The next zodiac we will talk about is Scorpio and Scorpio OPHIUCHUS. For people who were born under the sun in Scorpio or OPHIUCHUS, this eclipse will be in your 12th house of your horoscope. And this will trigger the programs for liberation, cleansing, letting go, getting rid of certain things, releasing of everything that no longer serve you or will not find the place in your future. It's an ideal time to wrap up all the ongoing project or courses of study. You might experience the end of period of isolation, such as maternity leave, or you will be released from the hospital or other places of isolation. This period is an amazing time to cleanse your life and cleanse your body. And when I say cleanse your life, it means addictions, unhealthy attachments to other people, emotions, psychological traumas, as well as cleansing of the place where you live, and also freeing yourself from fears, illusions, dependencies, as well as all forms of long-held secrets that have burdened your soul. This period is wonderful for health restorations, potentially leading to long-term remissions of chronic conditions. The 12th house is associated with isolation and secluded places. So this is the time when you might involved in visiting places of spiritual significance, such as retreats or health resorts, some sacred places, as we call it, places of power. This may also be issues related to your real estate or relocating, moving to faraway lands, different countries, or meeting foreigners who will play a significant role in your spiritual development. Some people, of course, will deal with inheritance because it's the end cycle of something, right? House 12, such as selling inherited property or land. You might also experience changes in your lifestyle, your work rhythms, or your partner's life. If you are considering to work remotely and you're looking for work opportunities, please remember the scammers and cyber criminals. Avoid those scammers. They will be very active. And during this eclipse, people will be more easy to be manipulated. House 12 is also associated with hidden savings. So this eclipse might prompt you to think about the best ways to manage your savings, or what currency to hold, or how to invest wisely. If you have no any money, you might go swim in the lake and find something big from the past. For retrograde planets are hello from the past, especially for gold. Not the gold diggers, it's a different different term. Gold searchers, people who are trying to find gold, to dig gold from the ground. They will be successful. They will have a good luck of finding mysteries. People who work with mysteries as the detectives, their work will be successful. Researchers, everybody who works alone in the archives, or whoever is looking for spiritual elevation, you might find a hidden gift in yourself to see future, or telekinesis or telepathy. Additionally, house 12 symbolizes secret relationships. So the spirit might be bright and intriguing, and karmically significant, because it will bring dynamic into your personal life of a change and cleansing. If there are some hidden or unspoken aspects of your relationship, they might come to the surface and become more obvious during this time. For many people who always were thinking that they are Scorpios and now they discovered that they are OPHIUCHUS, you might discover that you have healing properties and abilities, and if you will start working at them, you will be very successful applying them and healing others. Let the fire truck pass. Hospitals, fire trucks. Maybe some people will discover that they want to change the job into charity worker, into helping others, into healing others. And also you will meet right information, right directions. You will be in the right moment in the right time, and pay attention to those signals and signs of universe. I wish you to have a wonderful, transformative, cleansing corridor of eclipses. Next zodiac that we will talk about, Sagittarius OPHIUCHUS. The magicians and healers, as well as warriors, you will have this eclipse in your 11th house of your horoscope, which rules your social goals. It's the house of dreams, of your future and internet. This eclipse is the most favorable for your sign, and it opens up the new opportunities for you, that removes the obstacles for your growth. You will receive a strong boost to achieve your goals. The most important thing for you is to try to maintain the balance between your work and between your personal life and rest. So you might see new benefits, new projects will be just floating to you, and some unknown powers will be removing the barriers from your path. So you will see magical removal of your enemies or competitors. And because you're warriors, you need to maintain the peace. So for you, it will be hard, because conflicts will be inevitable, especially with individuals who have mental issues. They will be attracted to you like a magnet, because you will be tested how much patience you have. They will try to get your attention, manipulate you into certain things that you don't want to do. You need to still be diplomatic and do not show the aggression. If you will show the aggression, it will drain your energy. If you will be drained of the energy, you might start having health issues, and it will not be good for you in general. So see the consequences and keep this information in mind, please. Because it's in your 11th house, it's one of the houses of your achievements, you will have different bonuses, you will have some results, clear vision for your projects. Now it's time to focus on your development, on your future, on your social and collective projects, circles, visiting big amount of people, concerts, expos, exhibitions. It's a wonderful time for learning, teaching, participating in different social events, especially online promotions, advertising of your products and services. You might notice that people who you usually rely on might show their bad side. So in order to avoid getting stuck in your partnership and relationship, just ignore that and do not stuck in those grievances. Do not be jealous, envy. Do not pay attention to their promises, because they mean nothing. Concentrate on moving forward, and do not miss interesting opportunities just because somebody wants you to miss them. The influence of the black moon can awaken feelings of envy, which is not typical for your sign. So if you feel the anger that just grows inside of you, keep those feelings content, collect those feelings and implement in something creative. Avoid conflicts, avoid confrontations with the others. Also, refrain from taking the new responsibilities or commitments during this period, because the circumstances might change very quickly and you will not be willing to perform the responsibilities that you already took. So you just might lose interest in fulfilling your promises, which will not be good for your business. So until the middle of October, do not take any additional commitments. For advertising and for attracting the clients, it's a good time. Try not to fixate also on only one thing in your business or only one dream that you have, because you might overlook something more important that is in your life around you that you don't see. Is the influence of the black moon Lilith. Watch out for these feelings. Like, the dark side of you will be very active during this time. As my mom said, do not kill anybody. It would be already a big achievement. So keep your anger under control if you have a growing anger. I know you're fire elements. It's very hard to maintain that fire, because if you hold it for such a long time, it will be like explosion of a volcano eruption, and then nobody can hide. So in order to avoid that, all this pressure, all this anger, move towards creative projects, or just go to the gym, go for a swim, go for a hike, and release that physically. Also, house 11 is the house of internet, and Libra is the sign of relationship and partnership. So if you are participating in a dating website, you will be very active, very busy, but there will be lots of traps there. There will be people like sticky, emotional vampires. They will try to suck on your energy, or just you will be just a snack for them. Keep this in mind. Avoid online fraud. Maintain the safety and security of your personal data and information. Do not invite strangers home, like reasonable things that people usually know, but during the very powerful effect of the black moon and eclipse, sometimes people have no idea why they do unreasonable things. And I wish you to have wonderful 2 weeks of corridor of eclipses, and hope to see you in my October horoscope. Your likes mean very much to me. Capricorns, the solar eclipse in Libra will be in your 10th house that governs your status, career, achievements, your father-like figure, your parents, your position, your reputation, and the level in social sphere and professional as well. This eclipse initiates the programs of change related to your job and your influence on surrounding, your social role, your authority. It can be a new job, a new position, a new ID, a new Oscar for your best performance, a new responsibility, because the changes at your job might give you promotion or relocation of your job, additional responsibilities. And here, when they get something that they wanted, it's not exactly how they imagined that before. The good thing about it that you can meet very powerful people and influential that can change the situation that you are right now. You will be in the right moment and the right time. And hanging out with people who are successful will bring success to you. However, the eclipse occurs in the conjunction with the black moon Lilith, which can introduce some distortions and illusions. It means that you might be disappointed by people you previously considered and perceived as an authority, the people who you thought they're significant in your life. For example, your boss, with whom you've been having very nice friendly relationship, might show you a side that you didn't expect during this period. Or your parents, who were always right for you, you might discover that they were not right, they gave me bad advice, or they didn't support me in something that you wanted to do for such a long time. This is the effect of this eclipse. If you express your ambitions or your goals or your dreams, you might be laughed at, or your management or your parents will say that they never took your ideas seriously. And this can lead to a long time of disappointment in those individuals and in yourself, and it can shake your self-esteem and self-value. This is the energy, this is the weather of these 2 weeks. Another thing you have to pay attention to is misunderstandings with the organizations and the people who are making auditing, checking the health of your business. Those people might misunderstand something, they might make a mistake, or the wrong diagnosis will be given. You have to be ready for those issues and matters. During this eclipse, you might receive an important document that will grant you new rights. You can apply for new grants. You might receive new important documentation. It's also the time when laws and regulations can affect your business situation or your status. You might receive the news about immigration, or you might receive any other type of documentation that will change your status. For example, for young people who've been dreaming about working on the cruise ship, maybe you're turning 21 and finally you become eligible to apply for work and travel the world and have fun and have beautiful, wonderful job around the people, see the world and get paid. Or maybe you reach the time when you want to retire and finally you will dedicate more time to golf and fishing. Of course, House 10 can also involve marriage or the birth of a child, receiving birth certificate, receiving marriage certificate, a new passport, receiving a diploma or any type of certification or resignation. And status might also change due to moving, buying or selling the property, renovating your home, taking on tenants. Typically, an eclipse in the 10th house supports the growth and popularity. So it's an amazing time for people who want to become popular, to advertise your services. However, because it's in conjunction with this Black Moon Lilith, distortion and negative aspects are there. They might arise, leading to the situations when you are in the spotlight for things that you don't want to be famous for. So behave yourself, behave well. During this time, it's crucial to focus on reassessing your achievements, forming your new goals, and checking if you are living accordingly to your dreams and your goals. If you reached certain goals, you got these achievements, what is the new things you want to achieve? What are new steps you want to get? Write them down. You need a plan, and I know that Capricorns, you have an amazing skill to have the plan and to reach the plan, because Saturn, your ruler, blesses your discipline, and now Saturn being retrograde gives you second chances regarding the opportunities that were lost in the past. And Saturn being in your house 3, being retrograde in your house 3, gives you opportunities for relocation, for getting back to school, for learning something that you wanted to learn and you didn't have a chance to do that. So it's a blessed period for you, dear Capricorns. Just keep in mind of this Black Moon Lilith that gives distortions, illusions, and obsessions with something not important or someone not important. Keep this in mind. I wish you to have an amazing 2 weeks of rebooting and transformation. I hope you will like this video and see you in our October horoscope. Next zodiac we will talk about is Aquarius. Hello, gorgeous Aquariuses. The solar eclipse in Libra is happening in your 9th house of horoscope. It means that your worldview will be changing. It's also the house of hidden knowledge, everything that you like so much, discovering new things, discovering more things about yourself, everything regarding justice and bureaucratic matters, as well as higher education and religion, spiritual development. So let's talk more about this. This eclipse, despite of very nasty bad things, bad aspects that is happening with Black Moon Lilith and South Karmic Node, for you it's a favorable solar eclipse and even some lucky aspects in the 9th house of your horoscope, and it may bring different changes in the education or teaching, the way how you deliver information. Also, if you applied for some research grant or study grant, you will most probably receive it. So try to apply for different grants. Anything regarding higher education and spiritual elevation will be blessed by universe. This eclipse indicates the end of one cycle of learning and the beginning of the new cycle of learning of something new. It can be complete the courses, or it can be new information, it can be back to university. If you are a teacher, that could mean the work with a new group of students, or altering your program, or studying or teaching a new subject. House 9 is also house of law, justice, courts, judges, and legal matters. So if you have any legal issues, here will be the luck, and bureaucratic issues will be resolved at your benefit. You might receive personal documents such as passports, IDs, certifications, verdicts, business licenses, or dealing with some administrative and legal matters. Please be cautious when handling the documentation. Put in your names or your data, because the Black Moon Lilith affects this eclipse in the ways that it programs for errors, misunderstandings, or some overlooks. Everything regarding documents, learning, legal things, as well as publishing and second marriage, because house 9 is the house of second marriages. So if you have some issues or legal matters regarding your second marriage, or maybe you met somebody online who looks very promising, have a second look. So I already mentioned that during this period you might need to interact with some government and regulatory bodies, people who do reassessments or different types of auditing, different government organizations. You might need to interact with them. Also for Aquariuses, for individuals with sun sign, ascendant, and a moon sign in Aquarius, the eclipse might influence matters related to foreign affairs, foreigners, and international dealings. How I didn't mention the first thing, that house 9 is the house of traveling. So during your travels, pay extra attention to your belongings, documents, passports, visas, baggage. Do not put in the luggage certain things that are not allowed, for example, and relying that it will be okay. Or you might be willing to do something crazy, insane, unreasonable, to put in your luggage something that is prohibited, thinking, oh, it will be fine. No. During these 2 weeks, a Black Moon Lilith will be distorting your impulses. You might will or wish to do certain things which in a normal condition you will be considering stupid and not worth it. Please keep this in mind. Turn on your cold brain, and I know you're very good at controlling your emotions with your brain. So you might be involved in obtaining visas, resident permits, collaborating with foreign organizations, gathering documents, or do not forget that there is a high risk that you might become a victim of international fraud. Do not become that victim. I had experience like this, and it happened exactly when it was the last cycle of the Black Moon Lilith. And right now I'm looking back. For me, it's obvious it was a red flag, but at that time, somehow I didn't see obvious scammers, red flags, and I'm pretty sure this time I will be tested again, so I'm already ready for that. About something pleasant and creative, as everybody loves, you might start learning the new foreign language. It's a wonderful time. It will be easy for you to remember things. Everything will be aligned and making sense in your head. So everything regarding learning, especially some magical stuff or religious or spiritual or astrological, or esoteric, everything will be easy and joyful. So when you interact with foreigners and representatives of the other cultures, be extra cautious, because this Black Moon Lilith influence can create the impression that you can trust those individuals, but you cannot trust them. Also, it can lead to mutual misunderstandings, so not to be in the trouble in a foreign country, especially stay away from bullets and war zones. Keep in mind, it's a challenging time to travel, but it will definitely bring you closer to your transformation and spiritual elevation. The 9th house reflects your worldview, how you perceive the world around us, how you treat other people. It will define your role in the society. That you might feel regret that you didn't value yourself enough, for not believing in your dreams, for letting go certain opportunities, for not pursuing your desires. However, don't dwell on it. This emotional rainy weather can be very sticky. Do not drown in it. The important thing is that you start realizing it, and you have the second chances given by the planets in a retrograde phase, for second chances, for doing certain things again, the good luck to start doing what you like, for changing your worldview, for changing your self-worth by elevating your spiritual level. And the spiritual level is the key here, because by elevating your spiritual level, you will manifest your new reality where you will have abundance of anything you want to achieve in your life. Additionally, the eclipse in the ninth house might bring changes in the relationship with your friends, colleagues, and your partner's relatives. Situations that cause irritation and discomfort may arise, such as comments from your partner's relatives about something, or misunderstandings with your adults, children's partners. These issues should not be over-empathized, as they are likely to be resolved on their own in future. If you know that you are very easy to be manipulated, keep in mind that manipulators will find you, and the Black Moon Lilith can create this total eclipse in your mind that you will become obsessed with some idea or religious organization or sect, or something of a fixation. You might develop unhealthy attachment to certain things which are not important. And here is the tip for this period. Focus on what is happening around you, and the tools and resources that you need to reach your goals and resolve all your problems are much closer than you might think. Everything that you need is within your reach and inside of you. And some Aquariuses will find an amazing talents hidden within their own power, within their own mind, to manifest the reality that they want. And I wish you to have an amazing 2 weeks of powerful transformation. I hope you will press like for this video, and also I hope you are subscribed, and I will see you in my October horoscope. Next zodiac sign that we will talk about is Pisces. For Pisces, this eclipse is in your house 8. That is considered to be a financial house of mutual resources, mutual funds, money of others, big organizations with money that you might have access to, grants, mortgages, alimony, taxes, employment insurance, different benefits, social payments, educational grants, inheritance, all the money that don't belong to you but belong to somebody with who you have mutual budgets or big organizations. And this eclipse is concluding a series of eclipses that either wraps up a process or provides a strong push to bring it to completion. You will be focusing on your finances and your assets. The range of the events can be very wide. It can relate to money, investments, property, and your possessions, or mutual budgets. Maybe you will have to go and find work because your partner lost his job or her job. Maybe it's the ending of your social benefits or employment insurance payments. It also can be a period when you begin making investments or considering different financial commitments that may become source of passive income in future. Maybe you are thinking to buy land or property in a foreign country, or you are considering an investment decision or a gift for your adult child. This eclipse may involve issues. Many Pisces, they will face the situations when they need to deal with some insurance payments or debts or mortgages, loans, taxes, grants, renewal of subscriptions, paying for some licenses or educational processes. This eclipse might help you to review your financial strategies and find your financial mistakes, misconceptions, errors. It's the time of revelation for many Pisces, and you might face the consequences of financial errors, such as excessive trust, or just realization that you might have allowed yourself to be taken advantage of. The 8th house also symbolizes passion, and fateful romances. During this period, you may meet a person who will blow your mind. You will have the total eclipse of your heart, and you will regret later that you trusted too much. The fatal relationship and karmic partnership is happening during this autumn. It's important to turn on your brains and not to be driven away, blown away by the currents of passion and love. If you want to develop the relationship and bring them to the next level, the sexual pleasures and sexual desires will have to be secondary and not the major value in your relationships, as well as if the person doesn't value you, especially if that person has some responsibilities, or they're married, or they have responsibilities towards the children in the other family, but he or she just playing around, it will not bring you any good. More than that, because this eclipse is happening on the south node of karma, you will drag bad karma if you will connect to a wrong person. Keep this in mind. And the worst part is, if you are in the relationship and you start cheating on somebody, it will definitely reflect in your financial sources, in your finances. On the other note, because this eclipse is your mutual funds, you might face different problems in the income of your partners. It can be different financial matters or legal matters. It can be certain things that drain your mutual budget. You may reconsider how you or your partner or maybe your parents manage and allocate the joint budget within your family. It's a time for clear separation between your personal, your business, finances, as well as for focusing on what leaks your energy, what leaks your resources, and cut them off. You can save lots of money by cutting off unnecessary financial leakages. So many Pisces will close the debts, mortgages, or loans. Because house 8 is also about energy, you might discover who in your surrounding draining your energy, literally, and it will be time to say goodbye to them. Don't be afraid to protect your boundaries, because if you will not do that, it will drain your health, which is one of the most valuable things in our life. If you are a person who works with numbers, money, and finances, please be very cautious, because during this time, because of the Black Moon Lilith, there will be increase of mistakes and errors and overlooks. So if you're an accountant, please pay extra attention, double check your work, and try not to be distracted by emotional obsessions or emotional manipulations of others, because you will face them at your workplace. The main lesson that this eclipse teaches us is the need to become more self-sufficient, to protect your boundaries, to rely only on yourself, on your resources, your talents, your abilities, rather than rely on somebody else and believing in somebody else's words. The words cannot be trusted during this time. An amazing opportunity during this time is to step towards your independence and strengthen your financial and energetic stability, resources, and harmony. House 8 is also the house of astrology and esoteric mysteries, so do not be obsessed with certain things that are not important in your life. This fixation and obsession is the effect of the Black Moon Lilith. It's an amazing time to elevate yourself spiritually by meditation and doing some ascetic practices, rejecting your bad habits, getting rid of bad things in your life, and embracing the new habits which will benefit your body and your spirit. I hope you will like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my October horoscopes. This is all information for today, and I wish you to have 2 wonderful weeks of corridor of eclipses. See you on my channel. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.